Here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen after a 5-1 loss to number 6 Denver. We'll take some questions.
Coach seemed to come out strong in the first period. Had, I think, 5-1 shots advantage at the start of the game. But talented team on the other end of the ice. How are they able to kind of turn that around as that period wore on?
Yeah, and I think what you said, it's a good start in that. Good teams, there's got to be a patience to your game. That doesn't mean you sit on your heels, but there's got to be so much of. And again, if you watch the hockey game last night, right? It's simple. The other team breaks the chain, makes one mistake, and then you pounce on them. And I think, where you're playing a good game, and then a massive mistake, and the puck's in your net, and then you're back and you're playing fine. Massive mistake, we got caught on the wrong side of it, and now you're going in the box. And they have the best power play in the country, and they make you pay there. And that's just kind of the story of tonight. There were long segments where we played really good, hard, honest hockey. I loved our energy on the bench. I thought guys were into it. I thought they were committed. We've just got to avoid those massive mistakes. Especially when you're playing a team that is as out-talents you as much as Denver does us, and that's okay. It happens in sports all the time where a less talented team wins. Your details need to be perfect, and our details weren't perfect.
Face-offs are an area that you've been pretty good at this year, but tonight it seemed like Denver they were able to create a lot more just puck possessions out of that 36-19 was their face-off ratio. What happened there in the circle, do you think, tonight?
Really good centerman. The battle for it. And I didn't think it was lack of watching our guys. There's games where I don't think we battle enough, not just with our center, but with our wings and guys to get in and help. And I thought we were pretty committed to getting in. I thought we battled in the dot. Sometimes when it's a game where it's not going your way and you're not able to win them clean, you got to find a way to tie them. And I think that if anything, that's something we could have done better in those situations. Just tie up and find a way to not get beat clean.
You've lately, there's no quit from your guys. You get in the third period, you're able to score one on the power play off the stick of Colby, and but they come right back down. How does that sort of affect the team? They come 18 seconds later.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you love the goal, and then again, you have a puck on your stick and you make a massive mistake and turn it over to a highly talented team that also works and is also extremely organized, and they are going to pounce on those opportunities. You have to, again, it's completely possible to play perfect hockey. Defensively and managing the game and managing the puck, we have to do that. And again, there's certain teams where maybe you could get away with a couple moments, and when you say you're never going to play a totally perfect game, but there's certain teams where you could get away with making a couple mistakes here and there. This is just not one of those teams. I mean, you see the way they snap the puck around and some of those goals. I mean, they work and they're organized, but they have elite level players.
Power plays have seemed to improve lately for you. You get a power play goal tonight, but on the other side, PKs, they score 2 out of 3 on the power play. What does it take to get back to earlier in the season? Yep. PK was great. What's it take to get back to that level?
Yeah, I mean it's commitment and it's detail. I think it's to me the kill is always an area where no matter what your skill level or how much you're outskilled, you could find a way there. The first power play goal, we have one breakdown. It's an area we've talked about. You address, you show video. You still got to go out and do it. And again, things are when you're going against elite players like that, they're going to make plays. And then, the second one, they get one chance, and it's a tic-tac-toe where they put 5 pucks on the guy's tape and they finish, and you credit them. Number one, you got to stay out of the box, which I thought we did a good job for the most part tonight of staying out of the box. And number two, you just have to find a way. You've got to stay detailed. When you get a chance to pressure them, you've got to pressure them and keep them on the run. Because once they're set, it's a matter of time before they're going to get a chance. So you got to break their structure, and you got to be patient until there's a chance to pounce, and then you got to pounce, and you got to keep them on the run.
Their third power play opportunity came on an abbreviated version while you guys were on the after you guys were on the power play. You get too many men. That's happened a few times this year.
It goes back to the detail thing. I mean, listen, the changes are up on the wall. You know who you're going for. You are a Division I college hockey player. Everybody says who they're going for. I got this guy, the guy behind him who's running the line say, hey, you got him, you got him, you got him. at some point you just can't make little kid mistakes. Like you just can't. And especially late in the season, especially against a team this good, we're lucky to kill the penalty off because those deserve to go in your net. And at the end of the day, like those are the ones that are extremely frustrating because as a team you look like you're unorganized. As a team you look like you don't know what you're doing. And like again, there's nothing else that like you could sit the guys obviously that make the mistakes, which you've tried everything. Like at some point you just can't make mental errors at this level. And again, it's part maturity, but it's part just like it's a grit, it's a mental toughness thing, pushing through hard things. Like it's one of those. It's kind of just at a loss.
A lot of times this season, if you've had a game where it's been a lopsided score, your guys have come back strong the next night, including last weekend. You get those third period goals. What's been the sort of the reason, or how have your guys been able to respond, unfortunately, from sort of a lopsided game like that?
Yeah, it's an approach where there's got to be some fight. There has to be some fight in you, and it can't be good enough. And I don't care who you're playing. You could be playing the Canadian national team last night. Like it doesn't matter. There's got to be a compete level and like an anger to you, and you could be the nicest guy in the world off the ice. When the puck drops, like it's you and a guy next to you. You got to like have a pride level of outdoing him. And again, you have the defending national champion in your rink. There's eyes on you. It matters. It's a chance for your program. It's a chance for you as a player. Like, there's a lot of guys up top, and they probably didn't come to see you. Maybe you could make a name for yourself if you show up against them and you have a game. And, again, I thought we played till the end tonight. We just have to eliminate massive mistakes, and our skill level needs to increase, period.
Here with Colby Ambrosio after a 5-1 loss to number 6 Denver, and we'll take some questions.
Colby able to get that goal on the power play. Seemed like tonight that that's the only one that you're able to net, but the power play seemed to be improving, seemed to be working better. How are you guys able to work that puck around, keep that offensive pressure on during the power play?
Yeah, I think just not forcing things. I think Quinny and Wally did a good job up top holding on to pucks, waiting for an open lane to come, and once Wally put it through, I just saw the puck there and got fortunate enough to put it in.
Does it take some level of patience to be able to find and wait for it and find those open lanes when you're on that power play?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the most important part. You can't force anything. You kind of just have to let it come to you when you're on the power play, and wait for kind of the PK to make a mistake. And once they make that mistake, you find the open lane and hopefully put it in.
Yeah. At the wrong end of a lopsided game here tonight, you've had a lot of success over the course of your career. You're a guy that a lot of the players on the team look up to with your experience and your leadership. How do you sort of regroup the guys and turn around and get ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, we can't hang our heads. Obviously, it's not the outcome we wanted, but at the end of the day, we got another game tomorrow. So we get in the gym right now. We got a little, what's it called? We got a little stretch session right now. Just get our bodies to feel right, and then after that, just go home, rest up, and get ready for tomorrow. No need to hold our heads down, and yeah, just come back tomorrow. Same game plan. We unfortunately we didn't play our standard. I don't think. We got to be harder on pucks. But, that starts with me. Like you said, I got to be a better leader out there. And, if I do something, I got to hold other guys to that. So
this season, it seems like when you've had a game where it's been lopsided like that, you guys have responded effectively. In the next game, you've kept things close. You scored 3 goals in the third period last weekend. What's been the recipe for that? How have you been able to bounce back from that, the loss to the tight game the next night? Yeah,
kind of just what I said. It's important not to have your head down. It's a fast game out there. Obviously, last weekend we had, I think it was, 9 minutes left, and we came back and tied it up. So anything can happen. You just always got to be ready for that big moment.